Brownstone Buildings in Boston, Massachusetts. Mona and Natalie in the office. Natalie takes out 2 bottles of vitamins.
A mighty tea!
Yeah, exactly.
A mighty. Oh my god, the layers of puns.
Mighty funny.
They open the bottles of vitamins and cheers.
Cheers.
It isn't the first time that Natalie and I cheers before an adventure. We cheered in Johannesburg,
Mona petting lions.
Oh, I can feel it moving!
London,
Crowded tube station.
This is utter chaos and I love it.
Istanbul, Singapore, and Tokyo. Just because we can.
Natalie, you're in Africa petting a lion. Think about that.
This is Natalie, our videographer.
Natalie makes a bow and arrow out of a hair tie and a plastic spoon.
That person you hear describing things, that's Beej, our editor.
A guy with a microphone waves at the camera. Hi, Mona.
Finally, I'm Mona. I'm a scientist,
Mona in the lab.
a knowledge catalyst,
Mona backflips in zero gravity.
and blind traveler.
Mona with the pyramids.
And you are watching Planes, Trains, and Canes.
Cheers.
They drink the vitamins.
I forgot how this tastes! It's like robot sausage.
Natalie does a spit take. On the road to the airport.
How does a blind person explore the world? A lot of people tell me, what's the point when you can't see it? And I'm like, well, there's other things to do than to see something.
So, what is the point of traveling blind? If you can't see what you're visiting, how does one place differ from the next? To answer this question, Mona embarks on an epic journey. Her cane will touch the ruins of Peru, the cobblestone streets of Sweden, the fjords of Norway, the souks of Morocco, and the shores of the Philippines, all to find the essence of a blind traveler's experience. Mona boards her plane and holds a Braille safety card.
10 out of 10 for Latam for their Braille safety cards.
Chapter 1, Cusco, Peru. Exiting the airplane. Walking down the hallway. Mona zooming through the airport.
Cusco, here we go!
Mona turns right into a security guard.
This way?
She gets redirected to the right path. Mona zooms down another hallway and meets an attendant.
¿Tú puedes ayudarme? Sí.
They zoom through baggage claim and head straight for the exit. Mona weaving through crowds. She completely skips baggage claim. Mona at the exit. Travelers waiting to get picked up.
Tenga un buen día. Okay, thank you, you too.
I take out my phone and call the tour company.
Okay, I'm blind, so can I give you my photo and give it to the driver? Because I cannot see the sign. So just to recap, basically the driver is somewhere in there with a sign with my name on it, but I can't see that. So I just asked her to send my photo to the driver. Can you take a picture of me and just WhatsApp it to her? You send it?
Yep.
Okay, let's go inside and see if the driver can find me.
Mona inside looking around.
Wait, I need to problem solve. Where's this driver? Am I in the right spot?
And then I got a text.
No. So she sent me a photo of the driver. So she sent me a picture, I think, of the actual driver. Hi, I am blind. I need you to send the driver my photo. They probably never dealt with a blind person trying to do this by themselves.
Then someone shouts out her name.
Oh! Mona? Right here?
Mona waving her hand toward the noise.
Yeah, Mona Minkara! Okay, so we at least found each other. So we need to go get the luggage because I forgot we had luggage. Yeah, right here! We have to go get the suitcases!
The driver holding a sign comes inside to help with the luggage.
Are you the driver?
A security guard takes him away.
No, señor, no puedo ver. No,
He takes the driver away from the building.
What just happened?
Mona heads back to baggage claim.
I almost forgot we had luggage.
Mona swipes at an empty baggage carousel.
Okay, Natalie, do you see our suitcases here?
They get their bags and go. Mona crosses the road with her luggage. She meets the driver.
My name is Manuel.
Mona enters the car.
Excellent. Okay. We're in Cusco!
Streets of Cusco. Hills filled with buildings in the background.
I love having the windows down whenever I'm like in a new place. I love smelling the air. Places have very distinct smells if you pay attention. And I love the feel of the wind on my face.
Mona looks out the open window.
Okay, it kind of smells like Lebanon. A little bit.
They drive higher into the mountains, buildings hugging the mountainside in the distance. The view of the city of Cusco from the mountains. Mona sticks her head out of the car.
Oh, so nice! Wow! Lad, this is too cool! So cool!
After a long day's journey and a quick tour of Cusco, Mona finally gets some rest. A ruined city carved into the peaks of the Andes Mountains.
Today, I travel to the lost city of Machu Picchu, a place filled to the brim with history. I have to experience it myself.
Mona exits her hotel.
It is 4:30 in the morning and we're excited to go to Machu Picchu. Yeah, we're a little tired, but we're gonna wake up.
Mona disassembles her cane and enters a van. Sun rising behind the Andes Mountains. Mona looks out the window. She holds on as the car traverses rocky terrain. A small town with a train station. A dog watches as the travelers arrive before dawn. Mona listens as travelers walk around her. She takes a step toward the train station. A woman points Mona toward the train.
Can you walk me? Can you show me? Yeah. Thank you.
She boards the train.
I'm excited. It's gonna be an hour and 45 minutes on this train, so we'll see.
The morning sun on the Andes Mountains. River Rapids. Chapter 2. Machu Picchu. A town bisected by a river in the shadow of the colossal Andes Mountains.
Aguas Calientes, a town known for its thermal baths.
Mountain spring water.
Now, it serves over 1.5 million tourists a year that come to visit Machu Picchu.
Mona is led into a steep alleyway where travelers are lining up for bus tickets. A man with black hair emerges from the line. He smiles and waves at Mona and the camera.
Hola.
Hello, how are you doing?
Hello.
What's
You're
your
the tour
name?
guide.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the tour guide.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Juan Castillo.
Castillo. So,
Juan Castillo and Mona shake hands, board a bus, and head to Machu Picchu. Mona and Juan ascend a small set of stairs.
is it steps all the way up?
Yes.
Stairs?
Stairs. Now we're gonna go up, all the way up, and don't make me scared.
Yeah, you're scared. I'm not scared. You're scared.
He smiles nervously. At the base of 500-year-old steps,
Oh, these are steps. Okay, is there any railing?
No.
No railing.
Juan Castillo guides Mona up the steps. Mona uses her cane as a hiking stick.
Okay, so we're in Machu Picchu, and Juan Castillo just told me that we're gonna go up a bunch of stairs. And you know, as the steps are not even, but one step at a time, we'll get there.
They enter a forested area.
This is crazy. I love it.
Another step. 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 Step.
Remember everybody when we went to Japan and we climbed, what was it, 400 steps? And I was like, why is everything good at the top of so many steps?
They take a break.
What's the story behind Machu Picchu?
There was like a big war between
Yeah.
the Incas versus the Chancas, another civilization. And the Chancas conquered the Incas. Hatun Topa, the king, ran away.
Of the Incas.
Yes. The older brother ran away.
The older brother too.
Yeah.
And then the younger brother was like, I'm not running,
Yes.
I'm building my empire.
And they took the empire back.
So what did he build here?
The University of the Incas.
The University of the Incas? That's where we're going to visit. Is the
Yeah.
Machu Picchu is the University of the Incas.
Yes. Because the temples that
Whoa.
we have, we are gonna see, we are gonna
Okay,
visit.
okay, let's go.
Okay.
I'm getting too excited. Okay.
Yeah.
A path that cuts through the forest. They hike, step by step, on a rocky trail and reach a vantage point facing Machu Picchu. Below the cliff, stone ruins rest on the mountain.
Aquí, you have Machu Picchu in front of you.
Right here?
Where?
Mona stands on the vantage point with Machu Picchu behind her.
We just climbed a bajillion steps. I'm standing here. Can't really tell what's in front of me, to be honest. I can't see, but I can tell that it's just open. And then Juan Castillo, who is the awesome guide, describe to me what's in
Yes,
front
of
of me.
course. And
Like
then-
show me with my hands so that I know which way is what. Okay.
Juan Castillo takes Mona's hand and points it in the direction of the mountains and Machu Picchu. He brings out his tour book and shows a photo of the mountain, describing how it looks like a face.
This is the chin mouth, nose, and forehead. It's like the face of Pachacútec. You see it?
I'm glad that I pushed myself to go up the stairs. I asked him, hey, have you worked with other blind people? He's like, no, I haven't worked. And he's worked with somebody in a wheelchair, and he actually carried her up here, which is amazing.
What does it feel like to be at a historical place where you can't see it?
I mean, I'm excited, but I'm not gonna lie, I wish I could see it. Now the cool thing is, the first thing I wanted to know, if I can go touch it.
2 minutes ago,
Can I touch it? Can I touch it?
Yes.
Okay, I want to touch it. So I'm gonna go do that because I still think that even though I can't see it, which I wish I could, but it doesn't mean I don't get to experience it. And so, there is something to seeing it, but I'm gonna go touch it, and then I'll let you know how I'm feeling.
Mona smiles. They descend into the ruins. They reach the gate of Machu Picchu.
It's time to touch history, but only with the consent of your tour guide.
Mona reaches into the wall.
Oh!
Those were like a
Oh my God! Yeah, these were hinges.
Descending steps without a railing. The wall stops to an edge at Mona's right side.
No, I follow you. Let me try on my own.
She stumbles right at the edge of the
We're
wall.
good. I'd still try. No.
He takes
okay,
Mona's
it's okay.
arm and leads her down the stairs.
I'm not afraid of falling.
Sure.
Yeah, like if I fall, it's okay. Inshallah, I get up again,
He leads Mona to a quarry with large boulders.
I want to touch it. Okay.
Touch this big rock.
How did they cut the rock?
Very nice question.
Juan Castillo leads Mona to a boulder with deep holes in a neat line, a long fissure connecting the holes. Mona reaches over the railing and touches the holes with her cane.
Yes. Nice. No way. No way. That's how they cracked the rock?
I'm gonna let you feel it.
So, if you look over here, apparently here.
She
trying to
points
see
her
if I can
cane.
find them. Hold on. I'm not supposed to be doing this. He's gonna help guide it. See, all of these, there's holes.
Yeah.
They're kind of in the rock. And so what they used to do is they used to put wood in the holes, like really jam it in there. Then they used to put water on the wood, and the wood would expand. And that would cause the rock to crack. That blows my mind. Is that really wow.
Mona and Juan by a cliff. They look towards the mountains. Juan pulls Mona away from the edge.
Come with me. Come with me. Thank you. Now I feel better.
But hold on, just stay here. Don't worry. I just want to feel the air all around me, okay?
Juan looks back nervously.
Trust me that I will use this and I will know, this is the edge. Don't
Mona
worry.
demonstrates her cane. Juan looks around cautiously. Mona takes off her glasses.
Oh my God, the wind is so nice.
They walk towards stone ruins.
If you're too scared all the time in life, then you don't get to do stuff. Especially if you're trying to do something that helps you grow.
They reach a roped-off stone temple, a sign that says, "Do not touch."
So this is the most important temple that you have in front of you.
Can I touch it?
Of course. Wait a second.
Juan checks if the coast is clear.
Wait a second.
Mona steps over the rope and touches the temple. Juan Castillo smiles and waves at another tourist.
Let's go and see more.
Yes. Let's go and touch more.
Stone terraces.
I want to make it clear to everybody. I'm not encouraging you to touch things you're not supposed to touch. But if you are a blind traveler and you ask your tour guide and it's okay, then go ahead. Touch the history.
Mona delves deeper into the ruins.
It's amazing. The Incans had a university and they didn't have a written language.
Mona uses her cane to touch a shallow stone bowl of water.
They had mirrors to study the stars to see what was in the night sky.
Mona walks on the terrace carved into the mountain that they used for farming.
They stored their harvest in temperature-controlled rooms called granaries.
It really is much cooler inside than it is outside. We can't go inside, but you can stick your hand in and you can feel like a temperature variance. Pretty cool.
They had waterways that still operate to this day.
Mona sits down on stone steps. She reaches down to feel the water flowing out of the stone wall.
Very nice. It's so cool.
I got to experience the story that is within the walls of Machu Picchu.
The ruins of Machu Picchu and the jagged peaks of the Andes Mountains. While Machu Picchu proved to be an enriching experience for the mind, Mona was searching for something to enrich her soul.
Today, I'm searching the foothills of the Andes Mountains to find Puran, the town of the blind.
It's up there on the one of the most adventurous things I've done. So, stay tuned.
Chapter 3 Paran, the Town of the Blind. Mona at the lobby of the hotel.
Santiago? Yes, hello! Are you excited about today? I'm excited.
This is Santiago, our translator, and this is Milton, our driver.
Buenos dias, señor.
Inside the car,
We're going to Paran. According to Milton, it should be around 3 hours away.
Apparently, 75% of the people have retinitis pigmentosa, which is a general word for any issues related to the retina. And apparently, the genetic defect is on the X chromosome. So, women can carry it, but usually it's exposed when it's in the men. I don't have that. I have macular degeneration and Conrad dystrophy. It still impacts my retina, but it's different.
Thus began our long journey to the edge of the world. Passing by different parts of Peru that tourists don't usually visit.
a line of police and protesters. Some parts of the road were obscured by a dense fog where you could only see 1 meter away. Moments after, the fog lifts and reveals a huge expanse of croplands, or deserts, mountains in the distance. Mona looks out the window. Green croplands contrast against the barren mountains.
After 5 hours, it seems like we're almost there, and we're starting to ascend.
Milton stops the car just before a dirt road. Mona looks around. A sign reads, "Welcome to Paran." The car shakes as it enters the dirt road, ascending the mountain.
I think we're getting closer. 3 minutes left.
An old man on the street signals for Milton to stop the car.
It seems like he was asking us where we were going, and if it weren't for Santiago explaining that I'm blind, he actually I don't think would have let us through.
Santiago gestures to his eyes. The man puts his hand on his hip and looks at the camera suspiciously. Santiago tries to reason with the old man. The old man looks at the 4 passengers, gesticulating with his palms open as he speaks, as if to say, "Why are you here?" After a while, he waves them through.
It seems like he understood that because I am blind,
Yes,
like I want to talk to blind people.
exactly.
He told it.
understood at the beginning.
Yeah, because in the beginning he was like, "Why are you coming?"
Yes, why
Yeah.
you coming? Exactly.
He was like, "Why are you coming?" And you're like, "Oh, because I'm blind." I'm like, "Yes, okay." And he was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." Like,
Yes.
so that's great. Now let's see if we can find someone to talk to.
Yes.
So it seems like everybody knows around here that blind people live here.
A lonely straw hut rests by the dirt road. Milton stops by a house, and Santiago calls out the window.
Disculpe, Paran. Paran.
They ask a man sitting on his
¿Paran dónde?
porch.
¿Paran dónde?
He points up into the mountains.
¿Cuántos minutos para dentro? ¿Una hora?
Mona looks confused.
Una hora.
1 hour from here. Huh?
Do you believe him, Santiago? How's it 1 more hour? Basically, we got to where Google says we're in Paran, and we've been asking people. First guy we asked basically was like suspicious, but then when he found out that I'm blind and I'm looking for blind people, he was like, okay, go there. And then we talked to another person, and they were like, oh, Paran is another hour to 2 hours. So we've been taking these crazy, windy mountain roads to try to find Paran, and who knows, we'll actually find Paran or not. But clearly, the word of Paran has reached the people around here. It's up there on the one of the most adventurous things I've done.
A narrow mountain road with a sheer drop on the left side of the car.
Just don't look. Okay.
Look down.
Santiago, are you scared?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay, he's not scared. Is Milton scared?
Worst things.
Oh, he's seen worse things. My mom was like, don't do anything crazy. I was like, when do I do anything crazy?
We need to find Paran before the sun goes down. These roads are difficult in the daytime, but they would be near impossible at night. It was only after Milton pointed out that there were orchards that we knew we should be coming close.
Oh, peach. They are known for peaches here.
Do you see peach trees?
Mona pokes her head out of the window, an orchard in the distance.
Ah, so we're getting closer.
You see, before Paran was known as the town of the blind, it was known as the town of sweet peaches.
Rows of peaches.
A lot of the people in the town noticed that there was a lot of blindness and they didn't know. And then doctors came and they said that it was genetic, and then that made them feel very ashamed, very embarrassed, and they wish they did not know that.
A small town hugging the cliffs of the mountain face.
Here we have a town.
Finally, 6 hours later, we made it.
Colorful cement and brick buildings with Peruvian flags clinging to the windows hug the dirt road. Santiago points to an old man exiting his house. Milton stops to ask him a question. The old man with a leather hat waves to Milton and leans in close to hear what he's saying. Mona listens closely. Milton points to his eyes. The old man points to his own eyes as he speaks. With his hands, he mimes out reading a book, putting his hand closer and closer to his face.
He's becoming blind.
He is?
Yes.
Oh, can I talk to him?
¿Le podemos entrevistar?
¿Podemos conversar con usted?
¿Cómo está?
Ya, voy a estacionarme acá, un ratito, ¿ya? Voy a darme la vuelta. Ahí nomás.
Yeah, no?
Sí, ahí, bueno.
Here,
bueno.
yeah.
Yes, okay, here. Okay, he's coming
The
blind.
blind have a premises here, he says.
What?
The premises, a building.
Oh, the blind people have a building here.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
They exit the car and interview the man on the sidewalk.
Un grupito que es de nacimiento.
He confirmed that the men here are either born blind or become blind gradually. He also talked about a time where a doctor came and tried to help them with contacts and glasses, but it didn't really help. But instead, everybody knew about the town filled with blind people.
Where's the building you say that the blind people...
¿Podemos ir al local?
The man points down the dusty road. They walk into a building painted blue and red with corrugated iron roofs. Mona removes her shades and walks in. Shelves on the walls are stocked with preserved food, including eggs, potatoes, and peaches. Inside the building are two teenagers, Kasumi and Schneider, two volunteers that help with the community center.
How does the community feel about this?
Este tema, la verdad, no es muy hablado porque es una discapacidad y como que se avergüenza a la gente. Les da miedo. ¿Cómo?
Tienen miedo, ¿no?
Tienen, es como, sí, tienen miedo,
Como
tienen
si fueran-
vergüenza.
como-
Como si no fuera algo normal, o sea, es como si se sienten raros.
¿Quién? ¿La comunidad o los
No, los
sí.
afectados. Se sienten como excluidos, como raros, por así decirlo.
The blind people don't feel comfortable being blind, no? And they feel strange, like they are rare people. So we
Yeah,
have-
yeah, I'm blind, you know,
Yo estoy ciega, ¿no?
since I was 7 years old.
Desde que tenía 7, ¿no?
Ella,
Sí.
oh, sorry.
No? No worries.
didn't realize.
Yeah, see? And then, I'm not sad.
Pero no estoy triste,
No estás, estás acostumbrada.
because you're used, to being blind.
Yeah, and what about the other people? Did they get used to being
¿Y por
blind?
qué los otros no están acostumbrados a
No
estar
sé, más
ciegos?
que nada, es porque esta zona del pueblo es un poquito, digamos que, clasista, racista, discriminan un poco, o sea, no es que discriminen,
Oh.
sino que desde pequeños se les enseña que el ser un poco raros o diferentes.
Since they are little kids, the community make them feel that they are strange.
Sí, se sienten
Oh.
extraños.
Do you think you can, if anybody is around, if you can ask them if they can talk to me?
¿Podríamos invitar a alguien más para que converse con la
Podríamos
señorita?
invitarlos, Jess,
Para que
pero
converse, para que
el problema
converse.
es que la gente aquí es demasiado tímida.
Tímida.
El problema es que yo puedo decirles,
I can tell,
si yo les digo, el problema es que se pueden sentir un poco ofendidos.
maybe they can be offended, maybe.
Oh, but just tell them I am here.
Kasumi shakes her head no.
So she's trying to protect the feelings of the blind community here. I understand, but it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I want to see if I can talk to anyone.
Where are you from?
The Boston,
Boston.
Ah, ¿y se han ido hasta acá?
you came here only to see them.
I came here to talk to them because
Para hablar con
they are
ellos.
my people,
Porque
right?
son
They're like
mi
me.
gente. Son como yo.
Claro, les entiendo, deben estar debe estar al mismo favor, pues, ¿no? Podría tratar, a ver,
could
voy a tratar.
I'm going to ask some people.
Okay, thank you. Muchas gracias, señora.
De nada.
Kasumi heads out of the room, and Schneider follows.
And just like that, our little team grew by 2.
The Peruvian flag waves above as Santiago, Mona, Kasumi, and Schneider walk on the dusty roads of Paran.
They went door to door to try to find someone for us to interview, but everybody was too shy to talk.
Kasumi and Schneider on an empty street.
She saw a guy, but she doesn't want to be interviewed.
So it seems like the blind people don't want
they're
to.
going to open.
Kasumi gives a thumbs up as she runs across the screen with Schneider.
Oh, it seems like we have a lead. Kasumi thinks there might be a man who would be willing to talk to us. A man who's been through it all. We're going to the old man in the mountain.
The team gathers by the car before their trip up the mountain.
She even gifted us Paran's legendary peaches.
Kasumi places a peach in Mona's hand.
Gracias.
Kasumi and Schneider enter the car with Natalie and Mona. The four of them squeeze into the back seat, laughing and eating peaches.
Oh, we're going to the proverbial old wise man in the village. In the mountain. Oh, aquí, okay.
I should not arrive empty-handed.
We give an offering to the old wise man in the mountain. I think the British candies will be cool.
They all exit the tiny car.
Looking for the candies. Okay. British candies.
Mona steps out with a tin of candies in her hand. She assembles her cane. A house on a steep cliff. An old man sits on his porch with a toddler on his lap, a makeshift cane leaning next to him.
Before I talk to the old wise man, I give him my offering.
The old man receives the tin of candies and shakes it curiously. Santiago taps the tin.
Son dulces.
Caramelos.
Caramelos.
Muy delicioso.
Es el que quería. Sí, eso es lo que quería. Just what he wanted.
perfecto.
Perfect.
¿Qué se llama, señor?
¿Cómo se llama? Amador.
Ah, Amador. Ah, sí. Okay.
Torres Román.
Can I shake his hand?
¿Le puede dar la mano?
Mona shakes Amador's hand.
Buenos días, señor. Señor, no puedo ver también. Ask him, how do you survive?
¿Y cómo ha sobrevivido usted, señor?
He explained that he got a lot of help from the community, and a lot of times families would invite him over for food. He also told us that a doctor visited from the Department of Health.
What? Translate, please.
At this stage, nothing can be done. He says, because now the government is helping with operations.
Does the government support you, like, with anything?
Yes, a little pension.
Mensual nos dan 125 soles.
$125 a month.
That's it?
That's nothing, he says.
Because you're blind, they give you this or no?
No, he doesn't receive.
Okay, so there's no assistance for being blind. But how do you think things can change for the blind people here?
Muchachos se pueden operar.
Young men, young people should be operated.
But there is no operation for this eye condition.
Parece mal, no hay operación, dice ella.
Are there a lot of blind people here?
Hay mucha gente ciega aquí.
Acá en este pueblo hay más. ¿Cuánto habrá?
¿Sí?
There are a lot of
¿Por
blind
qué?
people. Most people don't want to talk.
Oh, why? ¿Por qué?
¿Por qué son tan
¿Por qué?
tímidos? ¿Por qué no quieren hablar?
¿Por qué será?
¿Por qué será? ¿Por qué será? Why? I also wonder why.
Oh, you wonder also why. Okay, nice.
He crosses his arms nervously.
Ya no escucho, está bien viento.
What did he say?
Sometimes I cannot hear, he says.
No es problem.
At this point, it was difficult to continue our interview, so I thanked him.
Mona opens the British candies.
Aha. Enjoy.
Disfrútalo.
Hasta luego, señor.
Amador feels the candies. They squeeze into the back seat of Milton's car.
Out here in the barren mountains of Paran, the people have to rely on each other to survive. And what is already a very difficult task is burdened by a deep sense of shame. So they protect each other.
Flashback to the man questioning Milton before they entered Paran.
They shy away from strangers and conversation.
A woman declines an interview.
They climb even higher into the mountain.
People pointing up into the Andes.
But in just 2 hours, I was overwhelmed by their golden kindness
Kasumi places a peach into Mona's hand.
and hearts that wanted nothing more than to help out.
Kasumi and Schneider running door to door to get Mona an interview.
In my short time here, I learned that Paran, a town of the blind, known for its sweet peaches, has even sweeter people.
Gracias, Kasumi.
Nice to meet you,
Nice to meet you too. Mucho gusto. I'm very proud of us. I'm very proud of us that we did this, that we figured it out, and I'm glad that old man is enjoying the candies.
They descend the mountain. Milton drives by a man on a dirt bike, past the croplands, and through the dense fog, and return to the city of Lima. Chapter 4: The Maze of Gamla stan. Mona is in Stockholm, Sweden, but this entire time she's been having trouble navigating with her phone.
Find Hotel Raison Unbound Collection in Stockholm.
One possibility is Scandic Infra City on Kanalvagen in a Plans Vosby. Is that the one you want?
No.
Mona listens carefully on her phone while exiting the station. Gamla stan, 2 a.m.
Okay. Get me walking directions to Hotel Raison Unbound Collection Hyatt. I don't know, it's not gonna...
She takes a deep breath.
Let's go this way.
During the day, Gamla stan's bustling streets would offer Mona plenty of opportunities to ask for directions. But tonight, the once lively roads become an empty and twisting labyrinth, leaving Mona to navigate the maze with only her malfunctioning GPS as a guide.
What the? I don't think we're going the right way. Okay, I'm gonna take a right on Köpmangaran. Ay, ay, ay.
An extremely dark alleyway, and it's not Köpmangaran, it's Lilla Hoppargrand.
Damn it.
She checks the wall with her cane.
Okay, we definitely went down a dead end because it wasn't calibrating fast enough. Maybe it's here. No. We elongated our route. But let's see. It says we've arrived. What?
In the dark cobblestone alleyway.
Is it here? Oh? What the heck?
She walks down the alleyway to a plaza with a grand statue.
I'm assuming it's this thing on the left.
A grand building by the edge of the plaza, fenced by a heavy chain.
There's a chain. I might just go and leave my suitcase here.
Mona steps over the chain. She looks around and she leaves her luggage. Mona pulls on the double doors of the grand building.
That door did not open. Let me call the hotel.
As Mona calls the hotel, 4 men in uniform watch her from afar.
Hi, my name is Mona and I have a reservation for tonight. I was walking here from the subway and I believe I am near the hotel, but are there 2 big doors in the front and a chain to the side? That would be lovely.
2 men in the background holding firearms approach Mona.
Okay, hopefully I'm next to the building. Okay. Bye. He's coming out to help look for me. He said, am I looking out at the water? And it might be. Hello? Are you with Hyatt?
Mona, there are 2 people in uniform here to talk to you.
Yes, hello.
And I'm just filming you.
Okay.
Can you talk to them?
Yeah. I'm waiting for them to talk to me.
Sure.
Can you talk to me?
Have you been pulling in the doors?
Huh? Yes, I tried to. Is this the Hyatt?
What?
Is this the Hyatt Hotel?
No.
Do you know where the Hyatt Hotel is?
No idea.
So what building is this?
It's called Tessinska palatset.
Also known as Tessin Palace, residence of the governor of Stockholm County. Mona, at midnight, hopped a chain fence and tugged at the doors of the residence of the governor of Stockholm. The guards wait for her response.
Okay, can I show you where I'm trying to get to? I'm a little bit lost then.
I think it's that way, 100 meters.
Thank you. Thank you for helping
but
me.
You have to step over this.
Yes,
first.
yeah. Thank you. What's your name?
Jonathan Hansen. Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Okay. This is not the right building. Okay.
Mona speed walks away.
This is too much. But I will not give up at this point. The destination is on my left.
The manager meets them in front of the hotel.
Can I?
They enter.
Oh my God. What an evening. Bye. That's it for tonight.
Mona closes the door.
I can't leave Natalie outside. Come on in.
Chapter 5, Accessible Cities.
In Sweden, they have a disability policy.
Which is to achieve equitable living conditions and full participation in a diverse society for people with disabilities. She approaches a small box at the crosswalk.
So I didn't know how to press the button on this, right? But then I remembered London, how they have things at the bottom. So I went to the bottom, and there's a little squishy thing. You just press it. So it went louder when I pressed it, indicating that note received. Now we cross.
She safely strolls down the Stockholm street. She joins a tour group that is very blind-friendly. The tour guide leads Mona to tactile experiences, like an ancient Viking rune at the foundation of a Nordic building, and the tiniest statue in all of Stockholm, the Iron Boy looking at the moon.
Wait, this is
That is the table. Keep
okay.
going. That is the statue.
Mona is amused by how teeny tiny this statue turned out to be. Stockholm was filled with accessible activities like the Nobel Prize Museum, the Viking Village, and the Ice Bar. The accessibility adventure continues in Norway.
A country that champions universal design and inclusivity.
Mona tests out the tactile indicators on the train platform. A diagram indicating train cars and their intended passengers.
This has like a little diagram of each car in the train and little icons above each. Like one is handicapped, one is stroller.
The train arrives, they board, and Natalie finds a coffee-making robot.
What? There's a coffee machine. Really? There's a coffee machine.
Mona gets too close to the camera.
Stay tuned for more adventures.
Mona with a cup of tea.
As soon as we arrived, we were already capturing the awesome views of Norway, according to Natalie.
And a stream and another train coming in. Whoa. Right, cresting over the green hills. Oh.
Mona arrives in Oslo.
Wow, it's a beautiful day for a hop on a bus.
Chapter 6, The Shadows of Flom Valley.
I've been traveling, and obviously I'm like open to all new experiences, but I think it was time for me to delve a little bit deeper than just the surface. Because like, what if what everybody's been saying is true? What if I'm not really experiencing travel because I'm blind? And I think that's what I was seeking. Whatever the truth is, it's time to face it.
On a midnight bus ride.
We then rode a bus for 7 hours to Flom Valley, and we reached the next day.
On a very rainy day, Mona and Natalie take a train.
On the road again.
On the road again. As we went through the valley, I became more and more curious about how the scenery looked like.
It's like, holy crap. Waterfalls into the hills / mountains.
A green valley with a crystal river.
Is it blue water, gray water?
This is clear so you can see like the rocks underneath.
The Flom Railway was completed in 1940.
Mona listens to the audio tour as she looks out the window. As they ride deeper into the valley, passengers flock to the windows to view the landscape. Mona by the window.
How are you feeling?
She smiles. The powerful Kjusfossen waterfall. Mona watches the cascading waters from the train. She hikes up to the peak of Flom Valley.
Hey everyone! So I'm standing here today near the Flom Valley. We're actually about to take a zip line that's 1,400 meters long, and we're gonna do it over the Flom Valley. So I'm really excited. And then afterwards, I might try my hand at biking. We'll see.
She clips on her helmet.
I'm very excited for the zip line.
What are you gonna do with your cane?
I know they said they're gonna hitch it onto me. So we'll see.
Right, 3, 2, 1.
She flies down the valley, over mountains, waterfalls, and forests. She soars with her arms wide open, speeding over treetops, colossal cliffs, and crystal rapids. Zoom meeting window between Mona, Natalie, and me.
I'm going down the zip line. I start off like really cheerful, like mirth, laughing, and then it hit me like halfway through. I'm in one of the most beautiful places in the world, and I can't see it. I can't see anything, and it catches in my throat. I'll never forget that because I was like literally laughing, and then it like a burning sensation like catches in my throat. I start to tear up, and I'm like, no, Mona, like you're on camera, like Natalie's filming you, like swallow it.
Wasn't that amazing? Did you hear me? Yeah.
And then they were like, well, you have the option to bike. And I was like, bike? I'd love to bike. I haven't biked in years. And I'm like, kind of like struggling, almost defying the fact that I can't see.
Biking.
Ready? If you hear that, that's my... Okay, stop.
And Natalie looks at my face and she goes, are you okay? And then I asked her to turn off the camera.
Your eyes were red. It felt like there was like a weight on your shoulders. I could immediately recognize that feeling of sorrow in your facial expression.
And I cried. I cried over the loss of my eyesight. I cried over the fact that I couldn't see what's around me.
And I think I just remember that we hugged.
Despite her situation, Mona keeps hosting for PTC.
We made it! We took the zip line and then we had a 2-kilometer ride.
But was that part of the kind of suppressing that feeling and swallowing it? Was that part of that?
Yeah. I felt like I had to put on a brave face for the camera.
Hey everyone, so I'm standing here on a cruise ship.
On a tour boat.
I get on this massive boat. I had these like turbulent feelings inside of me, and my mood soured even more. There I am on a boat in the middle of the fjords, and I couldn't see anything, and it was just like really getting to me.
Can you look at the camera, or look wistfully, and look like you're enjoying it? No.
Mona shakes her head.
And I remember thinking, there has to be a way. I was like, God, I remember talking to God. I was like, God, there has to be a way. There just has to be a way to explore this world without using your eyesight. I had to go through the phase of believing that it can't just be the loss. What's the gain? Where's the gain? And I remember telling Natalie, and Natalie was like really feeling it with me. And she actually like went and saw a poster for this audio described GPS triggered tour or whatever. And the second we downloaded it, and the second I could hear, my world lit up.
Mona smiles as she speaks to the camera.
These pathways are inspired by the winding roads on the mountains.
So like the fact that a light switch was turned on. I remember my mood like flipped like 180 degrees. And I learned that like there really is a way to explore things beyond just your eyesight. And that was a very emotional day, but it was really a pivotal moment for me to realize that eyesight is just one of the senses that you have to explore the world, and that there's more.
A father and daughter wave at the passing tour boat.
And that's what I learned here in Norway. You can see the ruins of an ancient city, but it's only when you choose to discover the stories that's when the city comes alive.
Exploring Machu Picchu, Mona by the Cedars of God in Lebanon.
It's a lost opportunity to sit under the shade of a tree and not learn how deep its roots go.
The reason why they call them the Cedars of God is because they don't know why this environment is really good for cedar trees to flourish, and they haven't been able
to walk by the remnants of a stone wall and to not think who built it and who tore it down.
It's 500 years old. This is the Incans.
And what I realized in my time here in Norway is that you haven't seen the sights until you've explored the stories. And stories are best when shared.
Natalie and Mona's reflection on the train window. Mona ducking out of Natalie's shot.
I'm trying to get out of the shot.
I'm trying to put you in the shot.
Okay, Mona, lift up your legs.
The end of the zip line. Mona lifts up her legs and lands safely. Mona
Okay,
struts
go,
on a
go,
bridge.
Go. Everybody go. Oh, okay.
Stay tuned for more adventures.
YOLO.
Hey, everyone, so I'm standing here. Damn it, Natalie.
Taking pictures by the waterfall. A silly picture in Peru. A picture with the sky. A picture of their shadows and of them eating sushi. Having tea on the train to Oslo, they look out the train window.
This is amazing.
Wow, and the countryside is just like golden fields, green trees, blue sky, puffy clouds. Tell me.
I love you, dude.
And a stream and another train coming in. Right, cresting over the green.
Mona on a flight to Morocco.
I think I genuinely was a little bit worried that I will have a lack, but I realized that I actually ended up having an abundance in other ways.
Chapter 7. Abundance in Morocco. Shops in tight alleyways. A motorcycle squeezes past Mona.
Hey everyone, so I'm standing here in the original gate to the old souks, which is where all the trade was happening, and there's all these different types of crafts. It's still kind of the same today, but let's see what happens, so follow us along.
A silver tea set.
Oh, how much is this? It depends on the price. If it fits in my budget.
The price is bargain, Netflix.
I know.
Come on inside, come on.
لا لا بس قديش قديش. Start bargaining.
800.
Need it 800. Look, in America we get these from Turkey for cheaper.
I have the cheap.
Okay, but 600.
This cost more.
خلاص, no take, we go, it's fine. 600 deal. لا لا خلاص, 600 yes or no? 600 yes or no? Okay, 600. Okay, sold.
Come on inside.
Okay.
In the souks, the art of persuasion is its own form of currency.
Okay, shukran Moroccan price.
They wave goodbye.
My grandfather, he goes to the souk every day in Tripoli.
They navigate tight alleyways filled with the smoke of grilled meats.
Fundamentally, you do not need eyesight to explore and enjoy this world. There's so much on this planet.
Mona with snakes, camels, and dirt bikes in the desert.
And yes, eyesight is one sense that you could experience this world, but it's 1 out of 5.
Mona dances on top of a drum in a Berber tent.
And that's why I'm so attached to stories and history and connecting.
And there's no better place to spark that sense of connection than Morocco during the World Cup. Crowds of Moroccans unite in public spaces.
World Cup!
The fiery opening ceremony to the World Cup match. Morocco faces Portugal, a former colonizer, in a historic match. The red-shirted Moroccans have the ball. An early cross into the box followed by a flying header.
In the series!
A sea of red erupts into celebration. Mona on the streets. Mona celebrates with the people of Casablanca. The streets of Morocco at night. Mona writes a letter in her hotel room.
My highlights of today. Oh, so loud.
Chapter 8. Turbulence.
Let me tell you the story. The story of a time in which I made a choice that I never thought I would ever make. We had just finished our adventures in Morocco.
Mona on the streets of Casablanca and on the deserts of Marrakesh.
We got on the plane and we knew that the next stop we were going to film in is in the Philippines.
The islands of the Philippines.
But in order to get there, we had to stop in Istanbul.
Mona holding a Braille safety card. Tactile pages showing the emergency exits.
Long trip, my friends. Stay tuned.
So we flew to Istanbul and we were actually having a great time. It's a massive airport just adventuring around, buying gifts.
Riding a cart on the terminal.
We are now in Istanbul, and this really nice man is giving us a ride. Stay tuned. We got to the gate, takes my passport check. I'm about to pass through with my boarding pass, takes Natalie's passport and says, "You can't come." I was stunned. I was like, "What do you mean? Why not? What's going on?" And they were like, "Oh, Natalie's passport is about to expire." And we're like, "But we checked. Everything should be fine." And they were like, "Nope, she can't get on." I'm the kind of person that doesn't really believe in, you just don't abandon your people, right? We're in it together. We're going to finish it together. And I remember very vividly, like, talking to Natalie and my heart dropping. And I'm like, what do we do? Because I'm thinking, like, we go to the United States Embassy, we figure something out, whatever. Is there another flight? That's another thing. Everything was booked. It was around Christmas time. There's a huge Filipino diaspora. A lot of people fly back for Christmas. So everything was just jammed and booked, and like there was just no alternative for two people to fly on another flight together. And this whole thing started calculating in my mind because I have to film. Like I owe the people who are funding me. So I parted ways with Natalie. And that was like really huge. And I was like so nervous about leaving Natalie, kind of like abandoning my teammate. Like it was really tough for me.
A split screen with Natalie in the airport and Mona on the airplane.
So, hello. This is Natalie coming to you from the Istanbul airport.
Hello everyone. What's happened is that we were about to board the flight and we were stopped.
They refused me from the flight. The Philippines requires a passport to be valid for at least 6 months in order to enter, and mine was valid for 3.
So we had to split ways, and so now I'm gonna be doing PTC truly on my own.
The show must go on, basically.
Stay tuned, let's see what happens.
Hey Mona, please call me as soon as you get a chance. I went to the Turkish Airlines transfer desk, and they have no flights out to Manila. Their flight tomorrow night and all the way, the flights until the 22nd are overbooked, and they're not able to issue a ticket. Please give me a call.
We take off, and I'm trying to get on the Wi-Fi, and I try, and nothing. It was broken. I can't help her. I can't connect with her, and it was like so nerve-wracking. I had to just let go and hope that it was all gonna work out.
Natalie in Istanbul.
So I tried to strategize other routes and other airlines that got me there as fast as possible, assuming that the U.S. Embassy was going to pull through and get me out of Istanbul within 1 business day. Since it is a Friday, it was this day or nothing. So everything was hinging on getting it done today. Hey Mona, still in the airport. Again at the transfer desk, looking at a flight from Bahrain tomorrow night, and then Bahrain to Manila the next day. I'll keep you posted. So eventually I convinced the transfer counter to let me get a ticket because I saw one that I could purchase on Google, and I used that as a bargaining chip. I finally got to the hotel around 5:30 a.m.
Hey Mona, how's it going? Sending you an update from Istanbul. I made it to the Hyatt and rebooked the closest flight. From doing research online, it doesn't look good for getting an emergency passport. They don't do expedited services like within 1 to 2 days.
Embassy opened at 8. I literally had my finger hovering over the call button to be their first call in the morning and explain my emergency situation. And they told me they could get me an emergency passport within 1 day, and then I could get my passport pictures at a cafe across the street.
Natalie with a relieved smile, Turkish flag waving in the distance.
Got my new passport, got a connecting flight to Bahrain. I don't know what else to report. Mona, I hope you're doing okay.
Hello everyone, I'm sitting here. We just landed in Manila. Natalie was able to go to the United States Embassy, woohoo! And she got on the only available flight. Hopefully it's gonna take a long time, but she's going to Bahrain and then to Manila with a 19-hour layover in Bahrain. But I've decided that I'm going to ask for assistance. I need help with filling out the forms, so I'm gonna be asking for help. Let's see how it goes.
On the jetway.
Hello everyone, I'm walking here with... Hello.
An attendant helps Mona.
Yes.
Bless. Hi, I'm Eliza Bless. Okay.
Yes, they're helping me out. She helped me fill out the form that I need to do. And we're now walking over to customs. And so stay tuned. I'm really excited for what adventures lie ahead.
Baggage claim.
So I got help to be able to get the bags. So Ali here is helping me. Stay tuned. I do have to say it's a little bit weird that Natalie's not here. Say hi. This is Ali.
Ollie waves. Baggage belt.
Natalie Lissy.
Yes, good. We got your bag, Natalie. Okay, now we're going to the Hyatt shuttle.
It's nearly Christmas in Manila, and friends and family are reuniting after years in quarantine. People embracing each other at the arrival gate. Amongst the arriving passengers, Mona is spotted in the crowd.
Hi, Miss Mona. I'm from Grand Hyatt. I will be.
You're from the Hyatt?
Yeah.
Do you mind if you're on camera?
Yes, ma'am. No worry.
My friend.
Yeah, I have.
Should be here.
I approach Mona.
He's here.
Mona, how are you?
The cameras shake as Mona and I excitedly greet each other.
The end of my personal experience as a videographer. I don't think I did a good job, but I tried. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Mona puts away her phone and gives me a fist bump. This isn't just a story about friends parting ways. It's a story about friends reconnecting. And one of those friends is me. But don't worry, Natalie's on the way here. And when she gets to Manila, the PTC team will be united in person for the first time ever. Chapter 9, The Long Road to Portolano.
Hello, everyone. I'm on my way to go diving. In order to get there, we're first gonna take an angkas to the jeepney stop. Then we're gonna go to a bus stop. And then we're gonna take a tricycle. And then we're gonna have to take a boat out to where the resort is to learn diving. So stay tuned, let's see how this goes today.
She gets on the back of a motorcycle.
Thank you.
Mona rides around the city on an angkas.
That's amazing.
On the Skyway, another motorcycle driver waves at the camera. They turn a corner onto a busy road with parked jeepneys.
Is this the stop?
Yeah.
On a busy street, Mona attempts to ride a jeepney.
I have to do this.
She studies her surroundings and hears a lady in front of the jeep.
Can I get on? Excuse me. Can you help me? Excuse me. Balag po ako. Can you help me? No?
In confusion, the lady points to the cameraman, and Mona walks away. As Mona finds another option, the lady calls out.
Taft Avenue DLTB.
Out here.
Here?
She climbs aboard the open metal entrance of the jeepney, which is a modified and elongated version of a World War II truck, used for transportation.
So I can't stand up in here with the cane. Can I pass? I can pass it down?
Terminal DNTV.
Yeah.
LTV.
Yes. Can you give him the money?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm gonna talk to the driver. You will drop at the DNTV terminal.
Yes, thank you. How long is it? Like 20 minutes?
I know. Just a minute and 5 minutes.
Thank you. Salamat. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Let's see. This is my first time on a jeepney. what a mode of transportation.
Behind the jeepney is a tricycle with a cat on top of the sidecar.
I hear a cat.
The jeepney brakes and they hold the railing. Passengers exit the jeepney.
Amazing. It feels to me like it randomly stops and people randomly get on and get off and I don't even know.
A passenger taps a coin on the railing.
I think she told him to stop.
A lady steps onto the jeepney.
How do people get on? This is blowing my mind. This is fantastic.
The driver holds the steering wheel with money in between his knuckles. He calculates a person's change and passes it down the line of passengers. The passengers make sure the change gets to the right person. He makes a turn and switches the signboard, signaling the end of the line.
Oh!
Yeah, wait. Kuya, doon na sa may McDo para sa'yo.
Is this DLTV?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, we're here.
Mona disembarks onto a very busy main road.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
The passenger from the jeepney directs Mona from the main road to the sidewalk.
This way.
Scanning with her cane, she makes it to the sidewalk.
Okay, how do I get the Lemery bus? Oh my god.
Across from the buses, she stops and analyzes her surroundings.
I'm listening to the sounds of buses. I think it's over here, but this is the street.
The cat on a tricycle crosses Mona.
How do I get over there?
Mona steps out onto the street and walks towards the buses. She hears a group of men talking and walks toward them.
Excuse me? Do you speak English? Bulag po ako. No Tagalog. English?
Yes.
Where can I find the Lemery bus?
Lemery.
Lemery.
DLTV.
Yeah, where do I go? To my left?
He lends his arm and leads Mona into the station.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Salamat.
I want to know what the people have access to. You get to experience also the entire spectrum of humanity in these situations, and it's kind of amazing. There's a lot of good people out there. You connect with people, you see how people are living their daily lives, how they're using these systems, and then also I want to show, can we easily make these systems a little bit more accessible? And a lot of times, actually, the answer is yes. And it makes people think. I want people to consider whether they're the people riding the public transportation with me or watching the show. Well, actually, how would a blind person do this?
With some help, Mona makes it to the bus.
The more I get to travel, the more I realize, there's just repeating patterns all over the world. The world isn't that big. I mean, people are generally good, and most people want to help, and it's easy to, tap into that, even if you might not know the language.
Passengers enter the bus.
We're waiting for the bus to fill up, because here, they don't leave on a specific schedule. They leave when the bus fills up. It's very economical.
A vendor selling chips on the bus.
Here, the food comes to you in the Philippines.
A vendor spoons peanuts into a bag for Mona.
They're freshly hot. This is amazing.
She eats a peanut. A vendor comes in to sell water and snacks. Behind him is another vendor with a big box.
Cheeseburger po.
What's he selling?
Burgers.
Are you kidding? This is amazing.
The bus heads off to Lemery, the attendant counting money, priority seat. A person exits the bus on the highway while the bus is moving.
In the middle of the street?
They make it from the city to the countryside and buy even more snacks, like banana chips and a whole buko pie.
This whole thing is what we got? I was thinking a piece.
The bus driver stops and they make it to Lemery. Mona exits the bus. Thankfully, the tricycle drivers were right there.
Tricycle po. Where are you going, Mom?
The tricycle.
Tricycle.
He points Mona to the tricycle. Mona walks around the tricycle.
Inside?
Yeah? Here? Where do I go? Here?
He shows her the sidecar compartment of the tricycle.
Here?
It's open around.
Is it here? Okay. Never done this before.
She checks inside the tricycle sidecar, and she enters.
Sorry. Oh my god. Come on. I cannot.
She squeezes in and disassembles her cane. They start to drive on the road.
Oh my god. This is insane. I've never been in a tricycle thing. This is insane.
Zooming through the streets of Batangas.
Oh,
I got sprayed! I got sprayed with street juice!
Oh no.
The tricycle stops for a pedestrian.
I can't believe I'm in a sidecar in the Philippines. Here I feel like a giant. I'm 5'2". My head is touching the ceiling. In what world does that ever happen?
They make it to the beach.
Natalie's missing out.
Natalie's finally in the Philippines after scrambling to get a new passport and a flight.
By some crazy twist of fate, I'm at the dock before Mona and Ted, which is wild. We'll see what happens.
We arrive at the docks.
Hey, Natalie! Me! Ted!
And just like that, the Planes, Trains, and Canes team is together for the first time.
PTC! Woo!
The three Musketeers are together!
Now that the gang's all together, it's time to tell the story of Mona's final test.
Every single time I tell somebody I'm gonna go diving, what's their reaction? Why would you do that to yourself?
When I'm gonna be underwater, I'm gonna feel completely isolated.
I could hate it. I don't know. I might panic.
Training in the pool. On the docks, about to dive.
But I could love it too.
Turtle. Fish. Corals. She lies back on the surface of the ocean. She scans the training pool, then throws away her cane. Chapter 10. Access the Unknown.
Let's begin at the beginning.
Mona steps into the boat.
Can I first feel around?
All right.
I was thinking to myself, one thing that I should try is diving. Knowing that if I go underwater, my sense of deducing my surroundings, all of that would be gone.
So we contacted Arnel Sevilla, a dive instructor with 23 years of experience. He stands on the bow of the Bangka as they approach the docks of Portolano.
We went to Portolano, which was an amazing place. Being at this resort that was built into the cliffside, it was really, you're immersed in nature.
Briefing room.
I told Arnel, when I'm gonna be underwater, I won't even know if somebody's 1 inch away from me.
So we need to make sure our language, our underwater language, is clear to me. Because if we do this right, it could be a universal language for anybody who's blind and is trying to dive with somebody.
So I told Arnel, let's come up with certain signs.
First, teach me what the regular signs are, and then we can see how we can modify them.
Arnel signs into Mona's palm. He flickers his thumb on a closed fist.
This is inflate.
Okay.
And this is deflate.
He triggers his pointer finger.
Okay.
This is okay sign.
He signs okay, and Mona follows.
Okay.
Yep.
I can tell you, I'm okay.
This is problem.
An open palm, twisting back and forth.
Okay, so if I go like this,
it means problem.
He treated me like an equal, right? He wasn't patronizing at all, or being oh, because you're blind, you can't do this. He was no, let's figure out how to do this. That's the kind of person I like hanging out with. So I really appreciated him as a teacher because it was about what are the solutions, not what you shouldn't do.
They gear up and head to the pool. Mona tosses her cane to the side.
Okay. Full inflate.
He pulls on Mona's
Yes.
thumb. She receives the signal and presses the button to inflate her vest.
So I want you to lie on your back and relax.
She floats on her back with the sunset behind her. She goes under to try breathing underwater.
And it was shocking, the sensory almost deprivation in the swimming pool. But then I got used to it, and I remember doing those things initially slightly panicked, but then practicing them so much, I felt confident in them.
Arnel tactile signs a thumbs up, which means let's ascend.
How was that?
Good. Are you sure this is your first time?
Yeah. I've never done this.
You're so relaxed.
You told me to relax, I relax.
Very good. That's very good. You're doing great. If someone here accidentally kicked your regulator out, or it got entangled in the corals, basically your regulator will be at the back.
He tosses Mona's regulator away.
You have to lean to your right Reach for the tank
He guides Mona's hand to the tank.
and then sweep up.
She sweeps her arm out to the side and catches the regulator in her hand.
All right, let's kneel down and do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's say I lost my source of air. I mean, think about it. I can't see where it is. Like, I have to be able to find it and put it back in calmly, without panic.
Underwater, she tosses her regulator in a cloud of bubbles. Rapidly sweeping her arm up, she misses her regulator. She panics and rushes to the surface. It's a challenge to find your regulator while holding your breath. It's a nightmare to try and search for it in complete darkness. Trusting the training is Mona's only option in an emergency situation.
Okay, I have to be calm about it.
Again, Mona dives down, determined to get this right. Step 1, she throws her regulator. Step 2, hand goes to the body, then touch the tank. Step 3, she sweeps her arm, then catches her regulator. She presses the button to purge the water from her regulator, then breathes through it. She tries again without Arnel prompting her. She tosses her regulator, uses the sweep method, then catches her regulator, purging the water from it and breathing through it. Arnel tactile signals okay. She replies, okay. He tactile signals thumbs up. Let's ascend.
Good. All right.
Twice in a row.
Nice.
I did it 2 in a row. Did you see that? I'm like, haha, you can get out of my mouth twice. You're like, no, don't panic. I can feel it.
Well, you're good because you did not. You're about to go up and you stopped.
Yes.
I'm happy with that.
Oh, okay, good.
All right.
Can I do it one more time?
One more time.
Of course.
Yeah.
I remember like finishing the training towards the end of the day, and it was like sunset, and it was just like kind of exhilarating and exciting and a little bit like anticipation for like what the next day holds. Like the pool is one thing, the ocean is vast and it's limitless. So I didn't know how I would feel in such an environment.
A golden sunset over the dark ocean.
We woke up early the next day because we had to catch like the tide and the right time, and I was like excited and anxious and all of those things.
At the breakfast table, Mona and the team review hand signals.
We had also like communicated like different hand signs for the different people because I might not even know who's gonna be like touching my hand, you know?
If somebody's next to me, I'm gonna wanna know who. And my gesture for what's happening is gonna be like,
She flips her palms open.
What?
Exactly.
So I remember putting on all the gear and realizing how heavy it is to carry this oxygen tank.
Mona climbs out of the pool with all of her diving gear.
We went to this very narrow concrete dock, and I have to just tell you, it's actually very nerve-wracking as a blind person, even with my cane, walking on that dock. So like every footstep, I had to be very careful.
She positions herself at the edge of the dock.
Backwards a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay, that's enough. All right, so now you wear your mask.
She puts on her mask and adjusts her hijab.
sorry guys, I need a minute to center myself.
It's good. We'll
And then regulator on.
Mona focuses and holds the regulator close to her chest.
Regulator on. Remember how to hold it with your right hand and then strap at the back.
It was my turn. And I rolled back, completely trusting the process.
She trust falls into the ocean. She lies on her back and signals okay. They swim out into the reef and prepare to descend.
And I went under. And of course I couldn't see anything. But I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't smell anything. I couldn't decipher if somebody was next to me or not.
Mona signals, talk to me, talk to me.
I panicked.
Mona signals, talk to me, problem, ascend, as the screen fades to black.
And Arnel, he signaled into my palm. I still was like confused, like who was it? Who was it? And then he put my hand on his watch and I just knew that was Arnel. That was the dive master. And then I remember telling myself, okay, Mona, you have this phenomenal experience to enter another world. I have to believe there's more to exploration than sight. And I said, just calm down. And I remember the second I calmed down, I heard crackling noises. And Arnel had told me that was the sound of the coral reefs. And when I heard that, I felt like I was being hugged by the ocean. I'll never forget that moment. And Arnel had told me that not many beginner divers calm down enough to be able to hear the crackling of the coral reefs. And then Arnel guided me, and I felt like I was on this adventure, and I actually teared up from joy.
He tactile signals okay. Mona responds, okay. Her hands shake in excitement. She touches the anemone with the back of her hand.
And I was just amazed at this world that I entered, even though I couldn't see it.
A hawksbill sea turtle dives toward the reef. It glides in front of Mona and Arnel.
And I felt like in a flash, it was over. And we went up. I loved it. Even though I couldn't see it, but I loved it. It was just like this other world.
The sea turtle rests among a symphony of fish.
Ted, did you manage to get good photos of me?
Nemo would pop in and out of the anemone.
No way! No way!
I got you and the turtle.
What? That's so cool!
I got you and the turtle.
So cool! I'm so excited right now.
Why are you
Let's
doing
go back.
Let's go back.
Why are you doing this to the anemone? Nemo was there.
Yeah, swimming in and out, dude.
And I couldn't believe the experience that I had.
Mona sitting by the pool with her feet in the water.
I'm touching coral. And there's slime. And I got the slime on my hand. I was like, what is this? And I was like, wow. I don't know, it's just like, I felt like I was in a different world. I felt so privileged. Yeah. And then I felt sorry that I kept on touching. I'm sorry.
On the boat, Mona and the gang head out to their next dive. She trust falls into another adventure.
I mean, what a privilege to have access to this world. What a privilege to be able to feel these different corals. I mean, how many people get that chance? And I'm one of them.
She is swarmed by a school of fish.
Like, people always ask, like, what's the point of traveling when you can't see? What's the point of diving when you can't see? What's the point of being curious? Is my response.
One of the most meaningful parts of this journey was our trip to the Aita tribe in Pamulaklakin Forest. What was initially an ecotourism activity turned into something much deeper when Mona was invited to meet the only blind girl in the tribe. We first passed through a security checkpoint.
Salamat po.
We then entered a small and very welcoming village, moderately developed from their many years of ecotourism. Ate Rosario, an Aita woman, leads Mona past a bamboo fence.
Where is the lady?
Here.
They arrive at the blind woman's house and they set up the interview. An Aita woman sits on a bench on her porch.
Hello.
Hello po.
What is your name?
Angelita Garcia po.
Nice to meet you, Hilita. My name is Mona. How old are you?
Ako po 36.
Oh, you're my age. I'm 35. How do you get around? Do you use a cane?
Wala po. Hindi po ako nasanay na may tungkod. Nasanay po ako sa ganun lang po.
Hindi, she's not used to the cane. She's just doing like this.
With her hands?
Yes.
Do you want to try my cane?
Pwede naman po.
Okay, she said yes, okay.
Yes, here. If you can stand.
Okay, tayo ka daw ate.
I can give this to you if you find it useful.
Mona gives Angelita her cane.
Okay, so this is how you use it. Ready? You just go like this, like here. Just sweep back and forth. Go ahead.
Angelita uses Mona's cane to scan the step in front of her. She steps out of the porch and into her garden.
Do you like it?
Yes.
You like it? If I give it to you, will you use it? Okay, I'll give it to you. Can I have a hug?
Angelito gladly walks in for a hug.
I mean, that cane had been witness to so many things in my life. This cane that had served me so well, that had given me so much access, so much freedom. I wanted to share it with her. Because that's something she wanted. I mean, I can really deeply relate to that.
So I've been blind since I was 7. And it's so important to me, my freedom. I hope maybe you can get some freedom too.
So yung tungkod na yan,
I mean, you know, me and her have a shared lived experience that only a person who is blind or gone through blindness can connect with. And that's just powerful, right? It connects our humanity together.
Tell me about how you feel like just being blind. How do you feel about it?
Ate, ano daw nararamdaman mo bilang isang bulag?
Mahirap din po.
She said it's so hard.
Yeah, it's really hard. You tell her that.
She's mahirap daw talaga, ate.
Parang gustong-gusto po makita yung kaliwanagan din naman.
She really wants to see the light, the world, but she can't do it.
I'm sorry, guys. I wish I could take you with me. Sorry.
Do you want to hug? Ano pang iba mo? Ano?
Tell her I understand.
Naiintindihan daw niyo yun. She wants to go to so many places, but there's nothing she can do.
Well, start with your village and being able to navigate by yourself in your village. Start there.
Ngayon daw, nga may tungkod ka na she will try to do it.
Please, do it and remember me. Maybe, you never know, maybe one day you'll get to travel too and experience life, because being blind doesn't mean your life should stop.
If it's hard for me, I can't even imagine for her. Like, it's hard for me with all of these tools and all of this technology that I have, with my talking phone and my talking computers and with people around. Like, it's hard for me. I can't imagine for her.
Pagkatapos po nung kasal namin nung mister po.
After the wedding with his husband now, she got blind.
How does your husband feel?
Ano daw nararamdaman ng asawa mo?
Mas lalo pong minahal po niya ako.
Her husband loves her more after she gets blind.
Oh, nice. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Ate Angelita, it's a privilege to meet you. Who knows if I'll ever meet you again, but I will think of you whenever I'm traveling.
Mona signs her cane and gives it to Angelita.
I hope you have joy and that you can realize that even though we're both blind, we can still find happiness. Hey, you have a husband, I know.
Meron kang asawa, siya daw dalaga pa.
They hug and say goodbye. Angelita has a genuine smile on her face.
Take care, okay? Thank you.
Okay.
Take care, okay?
Ingat din po kayo.
Honestly, I wasn't necessarily comfortable being vulnerable on camera, but I went with it. I felt like that was my honest truth, and I wanted to share it with Angelita, because me and Angelita are, in a way, part of also a common tribe, right?
Can you tell us about the cane that you gave her?
It's witnessed so much. Everything from going to work, to going to grocery shopping, to moving across the country, to traveling with me from Scotland to Lebanon to Istanbul to Egypt, to all of the adventures you see in Planes, Trains and Canes. That cane has touched so much, so many places, so many parts of Earth. I cannot wish anything better for a cane that served me so well.